I watched there's an interview with Jordan Peterson and the daughter of Anton LaVey. And it's 2 hours long. I watched an hour of it. And the whole time, like, I really like Jordan Peterson. I agree with almost everything he says. But this interview greatly upset me because, for one, it had nothing to do with Satan, right? The whole time they're talking about her dad and the Church of Satan that he founded, and had nothing to do with Satan. Nothing. Like, I mean, the way they spoke about the situation was as if Satan never existed at all, right? Which, you know, I know that, like, if you believe in God, you have to believe in Satan as well, because he's your adversary. He's the main enemy of mankind in this game, right? Like, he's King Koopa. Like, come on. You know, like, he's a real thing. Like, I've met him face to face in an out-of-body experience. I can see him in the sky all the time. I see him in smoke. I see him, you know, when he shows up wherever he wants to show up. And God has given me the ability to see him. Like, I've recorded him many times, you know, and different versions of him too, because he's not just a physical thing, it's, you know. But it's like the way that they went about this conversation was really, like, it upset me to the point that I had to stop watching it, because it's like they're talking about Anton LaVey as if he's a faker, like he made it all up. Which, you know, if he did, that's fine. I'm just saying that, like, that doesn't mean that you get to discredit God or Satan, the real entity, because, you know what I mean? Like, just because this dude made up everything that he was doing, right? Like, he made up all the rules to the church and made up the book, made up all this shit, doesn't mean that Satan isn't real, because his version of Satan wasn't real. You know, but that's how the conversation went. And it got to the point where I'm like, you know what, this is ridiculous. It's like watching a shrink talking to a patient. You know, it's a pointless fucking conversation. You know, unless you're a fucking psycho. But anybody who can really see these spirits are not crazy, right? They're just gifted. It makes me believe that very intelligent people like Jordan Peterson, they're never gonna get these events or anything in their life that's gonna literally prove 100% that these things are real. Like, they literally are the humans that have to rely on faith in order to get into the kingdom of heaven. You know, it makes sense to me, but I know there's gotta be more than just me, you know, that knows this stuff, that's a real witness. I've had many instances of sleep paralysis where I've been attacked by demonic entities, and not just that, but I've had run-ins with what people call the Greys when I was a child, multiple times, and they put fake memories in my mind. Like, every time that I would see them, I would then wake up the next morning having the exact same dream that I had the last time that I saw them. And it was always the same dream. And, you know, I've explained this stuff before. I just want to, like, remind you guys that, that this place is very much a dream, when it comes to that type of stuff. Like the Greys are really real. They're really soulless, robotic, like, things, creations, dolls, if you will. They aren't thinking or acting on their own. It's done remotely. And I think they do this, like they make themselves look this way, or they build them this way, with biological robotics, so that you never really know what it is, right? Like you experience it and you perceive it as if you're leaving your room and then you're somewhere else, right? And you assume that these things, because of the way they look, that they are like us, but not really, and they're not from here, which is actually wrong. They're very much from here. They're just from they're being controlled from a higher dimension. And yeah, I've had sleep paralysis episodes where reptilian demons and shadow demons would attack me. The shadow demons don't really touch you at all. It's more of a mental / audio torture. And then the wow, that's a big crow. And then there was the 9-foot gray or purple kind of. I couldn't see its face because I couldn't move, but it put something inside of me, like something big in my leg. And let's see. Other than that, let's see. I've had out-of-body experiences caused by the shadow demons in sleep paralysis. They pull you out, right? The one with the hat, the one that wears the top hat, he pulls you out, and then once you're out of your body, he chokes you like your spirit. When you're out of your body, you are your spirit, and you wouldn't think that you could get choked without a body, but you can. And I think they do this because they know that your body also goes through the same thing that your spirit is going through. So if they choke your spirit, your body that's laying in bed is choking. And they almost killed me that time. And after that one, actually before that one, was when I was pulled out of my body against my will, and I was pulled into the sun. And that's where I met this giant green dragon thing who knew me.